When you start a new job, what are some of the emotions that you feel? Do you have a certain amount of excitement or expectations for your first week on the job? Hello, and welcome to this Supply Chain Pros video, in which we will review the best ways to handle the first week on a new job. So you've watched previous videos on the channel and successfully completed the job search and application process. You have received and accepted a new company's job offer, and you find yourself starting your first day on the job. You may be filled with many different types of emotions. Some of us feel excited for a new adventure. Some of us are slightly nervous because everything we're about to do will be new and we are unfamiliar with every aspect of this new job. And some of us may feel cynical because we believe that all companies are the same, right? The first 2 days of work at a new employer are usually filled with the onboarding, orientation, basic safety, compliance training, and basic training on how to do the most fundamental portions of your job. You should expect to sit through some sort of PowerPoint presentation or video training for a portion of these days. Your Supply Chain Pros tip is to bring a notepad and writing utensil, get good sleep the night before so that you can pay attention, and actively engage in the learning process. Some companies can throw a lot of information at you during orientation, and although the quantity can be large, everything that they are telling you does have meaning and value. You want to ask clarifying questions to understand this new company language that is being spoken to you and write notes of the important takeaways so that you understand what is expected of you and what the company has to offer. You may also sit through the most basic of training or certification if there is a classroom portion available. If certification is required prior to doing a portion of your job, this is a normal place to go through that training. An example would be a forklift certification class on the first day or the second day following orientation, so that you are certified by the end of day 2 and begin training on the operational tasks using the forklift. Mentally, you should approach this first week with an open mindset, being willing to engage with the new job, try to understand, and submit your efforts to this new job. You are not expected to know everything on day 1, on week 1, or even on month 1. Each company has different rules, procedures, languages, and expectations. And no matter who you are and what you've done in the past, you will not have a mastery of all these functions overnight. Be humble, be open, and focus on learning and understanding. Socially, you are entering into a new environment where you probably will not know anyone. You may recognize a hiring manager from an interview, but everyone else at your employer you likely will have never met before. While some extroverts may have no problem with this, if you are introverted and find yourself struggling with this, it is going to be okay. As an introvert myself, I understand how you feel, and I want you to know that you're the only one placing the social pressure on you at this point is yourself. My advice is to attempt to make a professional connection with your supervisor or your trainer. It is in their best interest for you to be successful, and you are more likely to be treated with respect and support from these positions. Lean into this predisposition and attempt to build a connection here first. During your first week, try to be as observant as possible. The more that you can see and understand, the more you will get ahead in your new job. How do the employees speak to each other? What do your coworkers think of your boss? Are there any consistent habits that your team does every day? These are all things to observe during your first week. What do you want to be known for? Do you want to be known for being warm, welcome, approachable, and polite? Or do you want to be known as the hard worker who is only focused on their job and doesn't really have time to socialize? Whatever it is you want to be, you now have a clean slate socially with this new employer. Define what it is you want your reputation to be and make sure that your conduct matches your desires. During this first week is a great time to ask any question and every question. There is no dumb question when you are new. And if you ever are unsure or curious about something, do not be shy to ask it. You want to understand the rules of the company, the content needed to do your job, and the expectations that your team has of you in your new role. During this training phase, make sure that you are focusing on learning how to do your new job. Far too many times in my Supply Chain Pro career, I have seen new employees not take their training seriously or coast through their training period. While the expectations are lower on your performance during training, if you are not focused on learning and improving during this time frame, you will have a rude awakening once you exit the training period as is defined by your company. In this scenario, these employees did not do the work to equip themselves to be successful, and once training was completed, they struggled to take on their full-time responsibilities. The length of every company's training period is different, and some employers only give a few days, while others may give a few weeks, depending on the complexity of the position. Ask your trainer what they see as an average training time frame at the company, and do your best to try to master your responsibilities before the end of your training. It is always a good idea at the end to ask your trainer or your supervisor if there are any more things that you may need to know that were not covered yet, or what you can expect to learn or to grow into next. If there is another level of responsibility after training, you at least will understand what that looks like by asking this question. And there you have it. Hopefully, you are now equipped to be successful during your first week at a new job. If you found value in the content of this video, like and subscribe. This is your Supply Chain Pro, out.